Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here, and we have now concluded the May 2020 season. Unfortunately, I did not hit the top 1200 or the 1500 that I finish in. Like my last video showed, I unfortunately DK'd out and did not have time to play some matches. So, bummer there. But with that said, I got some exciting new stuff coming this season, so please stay tuned. And before we get into this episode here, just want to say thank you to all the subs. As always, you guys very, very much appreciate it, your feedback, and want you to know that this episode's a little bit more about you this time because I'm trying to help hone some of this content specifically for you to help you with your gameplay as well. So quickly here, I just want to say don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as always to keep up to date with a lot of this Magic content that we have going on. Now, as I said, I finished here. As you can see, this first time in Limited that I actually tried a little bit more and played the Platinum. Most of the stuff that I played were the premium version there of Lair of Behemoth, so very, very fun. Making it, again, obviously the Platinum, which is pretty sweet. And we finished at around 99% Mythic, so very, very excited about that, you guys. We did get into the top 1,000 at one point, so I will show kind of that journey as a recap. That's what this episode's about. And let's hop into it here and claim some of these rewards before we go and take a look at what happened. Now, most of you have been sweet cosmetics. Most of you have been kind of following the journey, so very, very much appreciate it. Please feel free. I'll post some of the stuff in the description down below so you can check it out. I plan to post the deck list that I played, the journey, and some of the season episodes just for you guys. Now, there we go. All right. Now, first off, I'll kick off by cracking 10 packs just because we can do that and see what we get. I'm only missing a few mythics, I think. Look at that. That is a lovely draw. So trying to keep collecting all these lovely crafts for you guys so I can stay on top of it, especially when the next set comes out. So there we have that. Now, quickly here, before we get into the journey, one thing I want to call out is I really want your guys' feedback. So please let me know what worked, what didn't work over the last season. I tried once I hit Mythic doing an episode so that you guys can kind of follow along. I do a daily 3 Mythic matches to show a lot of that gameplay. Now, I purposefully stayed mono red this season. Very thoughtful. I didn't, again, like I said, by choice, and want to get your feedback on that. I know that a lot of people do not like mono red. I feel like it was definitely an underserved deck, particularly in this season. Even though the companion stuff's great, we played a ton of things to get to Mythic. You guys can take a look at all the other decks that I tried out. There's probably roughly 20-30 plus. If you haven't looked at the tier video, that will give you a good idea. And again, we have the banned and restricted announcement coming out tomorrow, which is going to make a huge impact on the game. So very excited to play some new decks for you guys there too. Additionally, I may check out Historic this season because I used to play a ton of Historic and want to get back into it, create some videos for you guys around that stuff too. So please go down below in the comments. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, because this stuff's for you guys, and I want to get your feedback to craft the best stuff for you. All right. Now, with that said, let's hop in here and look at this journey that we had. So, one, as I mentioned, there was about 10 episodes that I posted, daily 3 Mythic matches. We did awesome. We had some ups and downs, but the majority of the stuff, we came out really well. Now, there are some key things and findings that I had getting to Mythic and then after playing Mythic, and again with that specific mono red deck, which I will post down below. So here's what we got. So what I wanted to show here, which I think is very important. So this is untapped. If you haven't seen it before, I do use it once in a while. I try really hard not to use the list stuff in the game because I like to not get slow with my brain. So it's very important to calculate a lot of the draws and things like that. I know I don't always talk about that. I try and talk through the moves that I'm going to make, but draw is important. There's a couple videos during the episodes where I'm trying to dig for a burn card, and top deck a few. Now, I think through that because I know that, again, just based off the mathematics, that the likelihood of me drawing some sort of burn is much higher. Now, I didn't rely on Untapped to do that, but the thing that I really like about Untapped is it tracks your gameplay so that you have an ability to kind of watch what you're doing. Now, by no means I want to just let you guys know they didn't pay me to say anything, and by no means am I telling you to go out and use it. I'm just telling you how I use it to do some of these things for these videos. So anyway, here's what we had. You can go back and take a look at the journey to Mythic. I think we had roughly 30-ish hours. Now, I do miss a couple games once in a while because I don't always have it running. But the big thing here is overall, with mono red here, we originally had a win rate that was a little bit higher. So we were actually running around a 64% win rate before we made it to Mythic, which is pretty crazy. We had a really, really high win rate on the play, which was over 70%. And on the draw, we had, I want to say, high 50s. But as we got into Mythic, we began to run into a lot more problems. And what I don't know that I was trying to figure out. So as you can see, here's kind of these matchups here. These really, really high win rates. Now, I don't know if that's towards the tail end of the season where there's a lot more tweaking, but definitely in the Mythic, very, very competitive style play too. Not that the rest of the stuff isn't, but the caliber is a lot different in the way that you got to kind of think through things, and you got to really play the deck and the opponent, which you can't always see the person's face, right? Obviously, you're not seeing that now, but it's a little bit different than some of the other tiers. So it did make a pretty big impact on the deck. And again, I didn't change the version of the deck. I changed it back here. So I played this deck all the way through. I didn't make changes, which I'm very, very happy with the results and the outcome. Obviously, the Luca deck or Jeskai was a really, really bad matchup for me. Let's look at some of the better win rate ones. What did we see a lot that we played really good? Azorus ran well. Again, mono red also ran well. So these are going to be Obosh decks. It struggled with some of the sack decks. And then again, this one here is the 4-color Winata deck. So that started really popping up here towards the end of the season where people were cheating. Turn 2, turn 3, Winata's on the board. Probably more turn 3. So, which became really, really painful. This deck struggles with that, and a lot of decks do too, especially if they get the right draw. But very, very happy with the results. We also, if we go back here and get out of our mono red stuff, with the results here too, the other big thing that I wanted to call out is we did make it to the top 1,000, which was pretty sweet. I was very happy with that. We end up losing the next game and then decaying. So some of these big falls aren't actually losses. They're actually just from not playing too much. I got a lot going on, but like everyone else, I'm a human being. And I try and do this stuff usually every evening if I can get a chance. So because I love doing this stuff for you guys. Now, again, very, very happy with the overall win rate, 53%. I think in some of the seasons past, it was closer to like 51. So we did bring that up overall. Now, lastly here, the final thing that I just want to say again is thank you guys. I really, really appreciate you. I know a lot of you have been following the journey. You've asked a lot of questions like when does some of these cards rotate out in the fall? What are you going to do with your mono red deck? Not worried about it. We got 2 more blocks here that may improve mono red. So obviously I will absolutely show you guys some sort of mono red deck. But I think there's a lot of things out there that are great to play. I'm a big Simic fan, big Rakdos Knights, and at the beginning of the season too, I really heavily played Mardu Luris Knights and the Sack deck too. That might have been last season, but a lot of cool things here, you guys, and that's what I love about this game is that the meta is constantly changing. They're doing things like Monday banning and making changes. So I think we got a lot of room to grow together, and very, very excited about that. So again, thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the feedback, and thank you for all the appreciation and love that you guys have shown me. So I really, really, truly am thankful for that. Now, last thing here, again, please don't forget to give me some feedback down below so I can craft some of this stuff and hone it just for you, especially over the next season here. So very, very looking forward to that. And for those of you that are new, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel over there. Would love to hear and see you around more. It's great to see multiple comments from a lot of people and hearing from those all over the world. So thank you once again. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey. I'm looking forward to tackling this next season with you guys together, and hopefully we can all get back to Mythic again, and maybe quickly. So good luck on Monday. Hopefully may your decks not be totally busted after the ban, but looking forward to some changes and some fresh new decks. So take care, Planeswalkers. We'll see you again soon. Mythras out. Great season.